So just now you saw the demonstration on the Proteus for the virtual washing machine. Now we have transferred the program to the real washing machine, and I'm going to demonstrate to you the operation of the program using the real washing machine. And some of the features that are possible in the virtual washing machine are not possible in the real washing machine. For example, there are restrictions here. First of all, because of the high voltage, you have to be very careful. This thing is operating at 230 volts, so you have to be careful. And then, for example, the counter that I showed you in the virtual washing machine is not implemented in the real washing machine. Also, detergent function is not implemented here. But nevertheless, I can demonstrate to you that the program works. So let me show you the board first. So as you can see here, there are several boards here. One is the control board itself, which you're already familiar with, and the other is the power supply, the power electronics board, which actually drives the motor. There's a DC motor inside the washing machine, and there's also a miniature motor here, right? So these two motors, the small motor and the big motor, are connected in parallel. So now we are ready, right? So as we have seen just now, so it says here student name and then close the door, right? So we're going to close the door first. So we're going to use this switch to close the door. Right, so the door is closed now. So now it says select the mode, which is the wash mode, you see. So we will select the mode. So here we go. So it says wait for the water level to be high. Alright, so we'll simulate the water level high by using this switch here, same as what we did in the Proteus simulation. So it says here, you see, wait for water level high. So after a while, right, the inlet valve is on. You can see the LED here is on, so the inlet valve is on. And after a certain time, the water level will be high. There is a sensor. So you will inject the detergent for 5 seconds, what we saw in the Proteus. But in this case, we don't have any detergent, right? So you can assume, you can imagine that detergent is being put into the washing machine. So now we're starting the wash already. So the wash is, it will do for 1 minute, 6 cycles, 5 seconds in each direction, clockwise and counterclockwise, right? So it's doing the wash. So you can observe, right? So you can see the motor here, right? It's going in the clockwise direction and the counterclockwise direction. And you know from the Proteus simulation that the duty cycle is 20%. Right? It's slow. You can see it's slow because it's agitating agitating the clothes and the water to do the wash. So unfortunately, in the case of the real washing machine, there is no counter. But in the case of the virtual washing machine using the Proteus, there is a counter. But here we can count manually. Now I think it's about 3 counts already. It will do altogether 6 counts, as you can see from here. At 20% duty cycle, there's not enough power to turn the big motor. That's why you can see that it's not really turning yet. But when we go to 40% duty cycle during the rinse cycle, you will see the motor actually turn. Okay, so now we are coming to the end of the wash cycle. You can see here, wash cycle. We're coming to the end. And then once the wash is completed, then of course it has to drain the water. And once the water starts to drain, the high water sensor. So now we say wait for water low. You see. Right, so as it starts to drain, you can see the outlet valve is open, so it will start to drain, right? So eventually the high water level signal will go to 0, and then eventually the water will drain to the low level, right? So the low level signal will come in, so the water now is low. So now we are going to start the rinse cycle, because after you wash, you have to rinse, right? So wait for water level high. So eventually the water level low will disappear, and then the water level high will come back again, right? So it's doing the rinse now, you see. And now you can see that the motor is actually turning, because now we are driving it at 40% duty cycle. So the 40% duty cycle is enough power to turn the big motor, right? So it's doing the rinse, and then it will do this for about 1 minute as well. The water level is still high, right? And you can see the rinse LED is on, and this is the direction. That's the PWM, the PWM is direction LED. Okay, so now it's about the fourth the fourth cycle. Now you can see we are in mode 1. Alright, the mode 1 switch is on, the water level high is sensor is on, and the door is closed, which is correct. Through these cables is connected to the power electronics board, which is then driving the big motor. Okay, so after the rinse cycle is over, so now it has to wait for the water level. So now it has to drain the water. The dirty water has to be drained away. So it will open the outlet valve, and eventually the water high signal will go to 0, and eventually the water will reach the low level, so the sensor will come on, right? So then you see it will start to dry, you see, right? So it's doing the dry cycle now. The water level is low, the outlet valve is open, and it's doing the dry cycle. So you can see now it's driving at 60% duty cycle. You can see that the momentum, you can see that certain things cannot be simulated in the Proteus. For example, this DC motor, the big one, has a lot of momentum, has inertia, right? So you can see this kind of such things like momentum, inertia cannot be simulated in the Proteus. So the Proteus is a good approximation, but it's not 100% approximation of the physical washing machine. It's something you have to remember, that when you do a simulation, it's not an exact simulation, because mechanical devices have inertia, have momentum. So now the dry cycle is almost completed, and then the whole process, the whole washing machine cycle will come to an end, and then we will see on the LCD the status of the washing machine is stopped. And that completes our demonstration, right? So just give it another few seconds and you will see that the whole process has stopped. Right, almost coming to an end now. Okay, so we have finished the dry cycle, and you can see the whole process has come to a stop. So we can just reset everything. We can reset everything. That means we just close everything, and then we just do a reset, and we are back to the beginning. All right. So that concludes our demonstration. And do the programming yourself, and then if you are confident, you can talk to your lecturer, and he or she will allow you to try your program on the physical washing machine itself. Notice that this washing machine doesn't have an ISP. It has no in-system programmer, so you will have to use do the programming before, and then you plug it into the ZIF socket, which is zero insertion force socket. So that concludes my demonstration, and I hope you have learned a lot of new knowledge. You've got a lot of new knowledge and better experience in using microcontrollers, and you can see the typical application of a microcontroller in the case of a washing machine. Right? So thank you. Bye bye.